Lamar Jackson. NFL MVP debate and redefining the award. Lamar Jackson is on the verge of securing his third NFL MVP award after an incredible 2024 season. But should the MVP be awarded based solely on regular season performance? Or should playoff results weigh more heavily in the final verdict? This year's MVP race raises compelling questions about the definition of most valuable. The case for Jackson. Jackson has had a career-best season statistically, leading the league in several key categories while guiding his team to the playoffs. His performance, especially with a revamped roster featuring standout running back Derrick Henry, has been impressive. He's on track to win his third MVP award, joining a prestigious group of players who have won multiple times. His dual-threat abilities as a passer and runner have made him one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in NFL history. And his consistency throughout the regular season justifies his place at the top. However, a recurring theme throughout Jackson's career has been his inability to perform at the highest level in the postseason. While he's been dominant in the regular season, his playoff performances have often fallen short, leading to losses in key moments. In 2019, the Ravens entered the playoffs as the top seed, only to suffer a shocking defeat to the Tennessee Titans. His inability to elevate his game in last year's AFC Championship game, where he failed to match the intensity of Kansas City's Patrick Mahomes, has lingered as a critique. Jackson's recent playoff loss, marked by costly turnovers, raised similar questions about his ability to carry his team when it matters most. Should playoff performance matter more? The NFL's MVP award is traditionally based on regular season performance. But given the high stakes of the postseason, it's worth considering how much weight playoff results should carry. Should the player most valuable to his team during the regular season also be the one who steps up in the postseason? After all, the ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl. And MVP-worthy performances should arguably align with a player's ability to deliver in critical moments. Jackson's regular season excellence is unquestionable, but his failure to secure a Super Bowl ring, and his lackluster playoff performances, could make some question whether his regular season brilliance alone warrants a third MVP award. Historically, MVP winners often find themselves in Super Bowl contention, and those who have delivered championships, like Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, have set a higher standard for what it means to be truly most valuable. The Josh Allen and Saquon Barkley arguments. Another candidate deserving of MVP consideration is Josh Allen, who, despite not matching Jackson's numbers, has been a key figure in leading the Buffalo Bills to a deep playoff run. Allen's performance in the postseason, particularly in helping his team reach the AFC Championship game, adds another layer of validity to his MVP candidacy. Even without eye-popping stats, Allen has consistently delivered in clutch moments and played a pivotal role in his team's success. Meanwhile, Saquon Barkley, who has been the engine behind the Philadelphia Eagles' offense, further complicates the MVP discussion. Barkley's 200-yard rushing performances against the Los Angeles Rams were dominant and showed that the MVP race doesn't have to be a quarterback-exclusive affair. His ability to change the game with his running and versatility has made him one of the most valuable players in the league. The rookie factor. Jayden Daniels. The emergence of rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels is another factor to consider. Daniels has taken a franchise that had long been dormant and put them on his back, potentially leading them to a Super Bowl appearance. Should a player who revitalizes a franchise and helps them reach unprecedented heights be rewarded with MVP honors, even if they don't yet have the established track record of Jackson or Allen? Daniels' case could prompt a reconsideration of how we define most valuable. If he becomes the first rookie to lead a team to the Super Bowl, his impact on his team and the league as a whole might justify MVP recognition, even if other more seasoned candidates have better stats or a longer history of success. Rethinking MVP criteria. As the NFL MVP race continues to evolve, it may be time to reconsider the criteria used to determine the winner. While regular season statistics are essential, playoff performance should also be factored into the equation. The value a player provides to his team when the stakes are highest is often what truly separates good from great. Ultimately, the MVP award should encompass both a player's regular season performance and their ability to elevate their team in high-pressure situations. In that sense, Maybe it's time to expand the MVP debate to include playoff results or, at the very least, more strongly emphasize a player's postseason contributions when considering their place in history. In the end, most valuable might not just mean the best numbers. It could mean the player who can deliver when the lights shine the brightest. And in that context, players like Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, with their track record of postseason success, may redefine what it means to be truly most valuable. Lamar Jackson's frustration after Ravens' heartbreaking loss. Tired of this ****. The Baltimore Ravens' heartbreaking playoff exit on Sunday night left quarterback Lamar Jackson visibly frustrated and on the verge of snapping. After a 27-25 loss to the Buffalo Bills, Jackson could hardly contain his disappointment as he spoke with the media. Slapping his hands together, trying to shake off the frustration that had clearly built up throughout the game. I tried to squeeze the ball. It slipped, smack, out of my hand, Jackson explained, his tone full of raw emotion. This game, the turnovers, we can't have that ****, he continued. It's hold on to the fingball. I'm sorry for my language. But this is annoying. I'm tired of this ****. Jackson's outburst wasn't just a moment of anger. It was the culmination of an exhausting game full of missed opportunities and costly mistakes that ultimately led to the Ravens' exit from the postseason. And despite his 2 turnovers, which contributed to the loss, Jackson stood by his teammates, including tight end Mark Andrews, who dropped a critical 2-point conversion late in the fourth quarter. A game of mistakes and missed opportunities. The Ravens' playoff game against the Bills was a rollercoaster of emotions. Baltimore committed multiple turnovers, an interception, a fumble, and a rare drop by Andrews that could have tied the game. To make matters worse, they couldn't capitalize on several opportunities when they had the momentum. There was even a fumble recovery by Von Miller that gave Buffalo extra yardage and set them up for points. Despite these setbacks, the Ravens kept fighting. Jackson, however, found redemption in the final minutes. With the game on the line, he led Baltimore on a brilliant 88-yard drive, capped off by a stunning 24-yard touchdown pass that had the Bills' home crowd in shock. But just when it seemed like the Ravens were about to pull off the comeback, disaster struck. Andrews dropped the potential game-tying 2-point conversion. The agony of that moment was felt by Ravens fans and players alike. Jackson defends Andrews. I'm just as hurt as Mark. While Jackson had his own mistakes to answer for, he made it clear that he wasn't going to blame Andrews for the dropped pass. In fact, he called out his own errors, taking responsibility for the turnovers that put the Ravens in a difficult position. We're a team, Jackson said after the game. First half I had 2 costly turnovers. Me not holding the safety. Me just knowing the coverage and me knowing it was man. Through a B.S. interception. Jackson was quick to defend his tight end, emphasizing that Andrews has been a key contributor for the team all season. Mark has been busting his behind. He's making plays happen out there on that field for us. Jackson said, he came up short, but that's not what lost us the game. We lost because of the turnovers. That's on all of us. The Ravens' playoff struggles continue. Despite Jackson's leadership and resilience, this loss was another chapter in the ongoing story of his playoff struggles. Jackson is now 3-5 in the postseason, a record that has often been pointed to by critics when discussing his legacy. And while this loss won't be pinned entirely on Jackson's shoulders, the fact remains that it's another year the Ravens fall short of a Super Bowl berth. Head coach John Harbaugh echoed Jackson's sentiment, calling it a team loss. He reminded everyone that the Ravens had been one of the best teams in the league at protecting the ball during the regular season. But in this game, they failed to do so when it mattered most. It's football, Harbaugh said. This is how football works. If you want to draw some big cosmic thread, you draw it for every single team in the league except the team that wins. It's tough to win playoff games. It's tough to get in the playoffs. Then you've got to stack 4 playoff wins to win a championship. This loss brings the Ravens' postseason journey to an end and leaves them once again questioning what it will take to finally break through and get to the Super Bowl. For Jackson, the frustration of coming so close yet falling short has become all too familiar. The Ravens' future. What's next? As for what comes next for the Ravens, Jackson and the team will have to regroup after yet another heartbreak.